Good afternoon and happy Labor Day weekend to all of those who are partaking in said activities. I am Maximus. This is the Social Experiment YouTube page. Um, yeah, well, I got some things that I want to address real quick. I want y'all to know that there is, first off, going to be a new schedule. And in this schedule, the show will be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. So I say look out for that. That's going to be good. A lot of different topics and stuff coming up. I think you people will very much be happy with what you'll hear as far as content goes. Now, for today, you know, I've been bouncing around in a lot of different circles as of late. And in these circles, I will tell you, I've seen and watched a lot of talk, if you will. There was a lot of conversations, a lot of interaction, a lot of experiences that I've seen. As you pull up, feel free to say something so I know you hear. Some destinations I might not see your comments, but I will definitely do my best to see them wherever I can. So, do feel free to say what you're going to say. I'm just over here trying to fuck with everything, get everything situated. The way Facebook does this is kind of annoying sometimes, but we're going to make it work today. Anyway, so I got to talk to my ladies. Ladies. Now, word on the street is, ladies, that there's a lot of eligible bachelors running around out here. And a lot of times you see women talking about, oh, they want the one that's special for them and blah, blah, blah. But rumor has it, now I'm just saying this is a rumor. Don't hold me to it. I'm sure somebody will yell at me or tell me I'm wrong or whatever the case may be, because somebody always want to tell me I'm wrong about something. But rumor has it that apparently y'all ain't doing too good out here in this dating world with them. They are coming out here and they're saying, oh, I'm leading off on the right foot. I'm trying to do the right thing, approach the lady with respect, i.e., whatever. And that shit still is bottoming out big time. That's not good. I hope y'all can hear me on this thing. Can somebody comment or something? Make sure that you can hear me. I'm gonna have to fuck myself. Let me see. Big time. Okay, yeah. So my whole thing is that if you're going to claim that you want something serious out of this dating world, and it doesn't matter what community you run in, doesn't matter whether you're straight, bi, whatever the case may be, there's certain rules you have to adhere to. I feel like there's a wake up call that needs to happen though, because I see a lot of people that contradict themselves. I literally was looking at a post And I saw a girl talk about she's tired of the BS and blah 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 blah. And I sit there and look at her. I'm like, oh, she's attractive. What's wrong with her? Why does she keep saying she's running into BS? Then I said, wait a minute. I even encountered this woman once or twice. And I said to myself, hmm, I didn't feed any BS. I was pretty straightforward. Somehow still nothing. And I have personally experienced this on multiple occasions. I don't know what kind of God level guy that a lot of women say that they're looking for, but my thing is you got to learn to be realistic with yourself. Because, and granted, I know guys do it too, so we ain't got to hear the, ooh, but the guys do it too. Yeah. Listen, women control the initials, men control the long term. That's just how it goes. If you think about it, we're the ones that ask you out. Y'all are the ones that agree to go out with us. A lot of y'all don't make it past that point. Some of y'all, shit, a good amount of you don't even make it to the point of getting on a date. You'll just be talking. Your communication is subpar. This isn't a learn to settle conversation. No. This is a learn to realize what is going on with you conversation. This is a learn to find a solution. A lot of people cry about they not finding what they want. A lot of you, to be honest, talk to people and barely communicate enough to even know who they are to see if they what you want. You might talk to them once or twice and then say, oh, I know everything about them. They not it. Next. You take things for granted. We all make compromises. Do any of you have a disillusion that you are absolutely perfect? Is there a delusion somewhere where it says, hey, I'm perfect. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Please, if you are that person, please stand up. Show yourself. Wave your hand. Say it from side to side. I want to see who you are. I know I ain't perfect. It's not about phone jonesing. But I will tell you this, and this is just reality. You want somebody to take you serious, you got to understand that you teach them how to treat you. I'm going to teach you a little bit of man ease real quick because I love you all. And I want you all to win. When you come at a man and you barely talk, and really the only time y'all talk is when he sees you, and considering a lot of us adults, especially if you live in a place like New York City, it's very busy, very active, a lot of shit going on, a lot of money you got to make. You might be working more than just 8 hours a day. The average person works about 50 hours a week at least in New York City. So now factor in, you're not going to be able to get a whole lot of face-to-face time. So that only time you're really going to have is talking. Now, if all you're doing is thumbing away like this, like I almost hate the advent of text messaging because it made people so antisocial, lacking proper social skills. If you think I'm bullshitting about lacking proper social skills, think about any Facebook event you went to and you see somebody that was super mouthy and charismatic online. Then when you get to an event and you see that same person, you know what they was doing? Nothing. Now, I'm going to go back to teach you manese. When you have a man and you tell him, I don't really want to talk, but we could, throw a couple messages here and there, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Because me personally, I don't care. I am preferable to talk because communication is a love language to me. So me personally, that's a preference, but I'm flexible. But I will say this. In that, you're telling that man he don't really have to take you that serious because he barely has to talk to you. All you have to do is link up with you. Y'all go out and eat, go out and drink, do whatever. You come over, you have maybe a little conversation then. You will barely know anything about them. Like, let's say somebody like me, I might be a little creative, want to be like, hey, let me get your favorite alcohol. Let me get your favorite food, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sitting up here texting like this. I'm an electrician. I work with my hands. When I'm not doing that, I'm driving, doing Uber, or if I'm not doing that, I'm doing something else. My hands be busy. So for me and men like me, which is a lot of them, when you tell us, we don't really need to talk much, we just link up when we link up, we look at you as a good time girl. We'll talk to you. If you're appealing, we'll entertain the text a little bit. You text me at 3 o'clock, I respond at 7. That's cool. But understand, you're not going to develop any real connection, but then you're going to want them to take you seriously. That's a mistake. That's a mistake that I see happen far too often. People need to stop taking for granted that they can always find somebody else. Because eventually you're going to run out of somebody else's. And I hate to tell you, especially I see a lot of women, they in their 40s, they haven't even had any children yet, and they looking to have kids. Honey, your clock is ticking. So with your clock ticking, and you are taking forever, your progression in the connection to make somebody your special person or whatever dynamic you want to have is not going to move very quickly by just words on a screen. So the first step is you teach people how to treat you. So if you want them to take you seriously, you have to be willing to have communication and show them I am a person to be taken seriously. Telling me some shit via text message ain't telling me shit. And I'm just telling you, men like me that are busy, that got things to do, we ain't got time for that. We'll throw you a message here and there. Okay, hey, what's up? How's your day? Blah, blah, blah. But you're not making any real connections. That's just real. And I'm not throwing shade at nobody or nothing like that. Lord knows there's probably plenty of people on my Facebook that fall under that category for me. But believe it or not, I don't feel the way about it. The reason why I'm saying something about this is because I see the fail happening over and over again. The hypocrisy. Like, you have to understand the importance of that first step. That's just step one. Then you go to the next step, which is you have to realize whether you're truly ready to have a relationship or not. Like I said, step one's the communication, because you could date and not want relationships. But even if you just want to hang out, you still need communication of some sort. Now, if you decide that you're one that wants a relationship, of whatever type of relationship you want, your next step is going to be how? What is up with me? Am I healed? Have I put in the work? Because a lot of people don't put in the work. They just come on and they talk to one person, they bring that same damage from yesteryear. They haven't done any work to fix that, and then they want to bring that to the next guy and think that he's supposed to pick up that guy's dirty laundry. And that's not right. You shouldn't take anything for granted from anyone. Now, I know people are going to get on this. They're going to jump on. They're going to jump off. They're going to be like, oh, here's Maximus talking this shit again. Listen, I'm giving you $1,000 worth of free game for free 99. You don't want it? That's fine. But it doesn't change the fact that what I'm saying is true. You'll either realize it now or you'll realize it later. But either way, you're going to realize it. Because the reality of it is, if you want things to be better in your love life, You want to have the matching PJs and loving situations, going on trips together and doing all that cute shit. It all starts with these bare bone moments. And no, it's not a guarantee that it's going to work, but it sure as fuck gives you a much better chance. Because and then we got those who, for example, if you in a lifestyle, and you're looking for somebody else that's in the lifestyle, you just decreased your pool of choice by about 65% because the majority of people ain't about that life. So now your pool of those that you would like to choose from has just dropped that much. Then you compound yourself on top of that by saying, oh, well, I only want this certain thing that goes with this certain thing and blah, 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 blah. Some people say, oh, I don't want to hear about this settling stuff. Okay, don't. Because I see what a lot of y'all end up with and it ain't fucking impressive. So when did you stop settling? Because I seen it. I'm looking and I'm like, wait, this guy don't really work like that? Wait, he don't do this? Wait, you don't get your door open for you? Wait, he don't take you out, treat you to a nice dinner? But you run behind this man. And don't tell me it's the dick, because there's plenty of good fucking dick out here that ain't on that type of ignorant time. You just got to stop being lazy and be willing to do the work. And that's one thing I noticed when it comes to a lot of women in this day and age, is they are lazy. They don't want to do no work. They just want the shit handed to them because we in the age of instant gratification. So everybody's on some timing where they just want people to give them what they want, how they want, when they want. They don't want to put any work for it. Nobody wants to work out anymore. Everybody just wants to go to the doctor, chop, chop, screw. And listen, I don't knock doing a little body work to yourself. We all could use a little something. Shit, I could use something too. But my thing is, at the end of the day, even if you do work on yourself, even if you try to use every cheat code you can, you still have to put in the work. And that's something that does not happen often out here. And it's very unfortunate because that work, if you put that work in, the level of success that you will see will actually be something that is sustainable. But instead, you don't run across that work. Why? Because you don't realize that things like this require effort. You can't just have it handed to you. Like, look at me. I have probably about 85% females on my shit. They don't want to hear this. I'm the kind of guy you should listen to about this. Y'all will sit there and listen to Derek Jackoff with his whole shenanigans and whatever else he was telling you what you wanted to hear. And let me tell you something. Real friends, real people that give a shit don't just tell you what they want to hear. They don't just tell you the thing that makes you smile and make you feel good. They're going to give you that reality so that you can actually win. Because that's how you win, by facing and mastering your reality. You don't win by going back and forth, letting one person pander to you to the next person pander to you. Like right now I'm on here. All these people that was on here, they dropped off because they was like, oh no, he's making me look in the mirror. Don't nobody want to look in the mirror. What they want to do is continue to live in their fantasy world. And when they keep waking up and looking to the right of them and saying, why is there no man taking care of me, making me feel safe? Oh, I don't feel protected. How many of y'all are willing to consign to the protection of a man? How many of you are willing to trust Give it a chance. Yes, you can keep one eye open until you're certain that they are on the level. But how many of you are willing to take the leap? Because honestly, all I see is a bunch of excuses and finger pointing. I see that all the time. Every time I turn around, I'll see somebody. Oh, they blaming this man. Oh, these men out here playing games, especially in lifestyle out here. Oh, these men, the lifestyle ain't serious. All of them playing games and blah 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 blah. You know how many men in lifestyle seen that said they wanted to boo in that community? I know I've said it before too. And when they move accordingly, you know what happens? These girls' communications trash. They all over the place. They don't know how to operate or conduct themselves properly. What do you expect these men to do? I really feel like some of y'all are masochistic. You like to torture yourselves. You put yourselves in these toxic situations and then you blame them. Yes, these men are a piece of shit for being toxic, for playing games with your heart and doing all that stuff. But you got to start looking at the common denominator when you keep running into bullshit. There's one common denominator there, and it's you. Y'all don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Because Lord knows there are people on this planet that need to hear this shit, that are going to hear this shit, and they're going to appreciate the fuck out of what I'm saying right now. Because y'all need to understand the importance of getting this right, the importance of getting to that next level. And I love women. This is no, oh, Maximus is hating the women. He's giving them a hard time. I'm looking at some of these comments and I'm like, we say, men make time for who we deem important. This is true. But how important do you think somebody is that you just throw a random message to every now and again? Hmm? How important do you feel that person is going to be? Because I know me personally, if all I'm doing is throwing you a message every 5 years, or if it's saying a little something here and we throw a little message there and we do a little whatever here, okay, you cool. Ain't no love lost, ain't no madness, ain't no hate, but no seriousness is gonna come out of that. It's a shame because right now there should be 500 and something people on this motherfucker. They not listening to this. They don't want to hear this. And this in itself is the proof positive. The fact that so many people was on here and I said what I said because it was majority females. They don't want to hear this shit. So you know what they do? They stick their head back in a hole, they duck down, and they run away. You can run from it, but you can't hide from the truth. At the end of the day, truth gonna kick you in your ass whether you want it or not. I'm just being an ambassador of the information. It is truly up to you. It is your life. You live it however you want. I'm gonna be all right personally, but there are certain things I see out here. I'll talk about another sector of the community. Well, not the lifestyle community, but I'll show you another example. Like, there's even a tall group that I'm in. I see tall women in there looking for men. They single. Blah 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 blah. I ain't gonna air out exactly what they saying because of chat. If you ain't in it, you ain't in it. But what I will say is, I see people there that also are perpetuating their own situation. Like, there's nothing wrong with being single. I will say that first. If you want to be single, be single. But be honest with yourself. Do you really want to be single, or are you just choosing to be single because it's easier than having to actually do the work? Because honestly, like I said, nothing great is gotten without some work. You have to understand that. If you don't understand that, it's not going to get you anywhere. Like me, I'm in the gym as many hours as I work a day. I still go in that gym and I try to crank out some work. Why? Because I know if I don't put in the work, I'm not going to yield any results. I'm not going to get any results sitting home watching TV, eating a sandwich. I got to get out there and put in the work. Just like if I decide that I want to be with somebody and I want to do whatever I want to do with them, I have to put in the work. I have to holler at them, got to take them out, feel out the situation, go through the whole process. That's just how it goes. That's life. You got to be willing to do the work. Too many people are not willing to put in work, and that is what is holding them up. And I stay on this topic because this is a big one. Then it comes to the part where you have to realize your reality. What is your reality? Not what you want it to be. What is your reality? And the thing is, here we go. I just want to put this comment up because I love this. Says, I work two jobs. When I get off, I do not want to have 2 hour phone conversations at 10 at night. Testing is fine. Now, if you want to call with plans, okay. And it works for me just fine, and I am loved right now. Outlier does not change the fact of the general truth. You might have gotten lucky with somebody who doesn't care that much. But then you have to ask yourself the question, why don't they care to dig into your mind, to want to talk, to want to communicate and feel out who you actually are, what you are about, what makes you tick? Because somebody that's trying to be a partner with you needs to know you. It has to come to a point where you don't even have to tell them such and such because they already know what's up and they learned that through time and communication. You ain't gonna learn that from a couple of LOLs and text messages on the phone. It's just not gonna work. So that's nice, and I'm happy that that's working. I hope it keeps working. But my whole thing is the outliers do not change the fact of the general consensus. General consensus is you have to take time out. Now, if your only time that I'm talking to you on the phone is just to pull up on you, then okay, I'm gonna pull up. What's up? But how many times you doing that? Because that means you're only getting to know this person once a week, maybe, if that. You don't know much about their daily goings on because everything can't be conveyed properly through a text messages. Relationships have been ruined through misconstrued messages. So just like we have this comment up here, men make time for who they deem important. So do women. So fellas, don't be stalker. If they don't really want to talk to you like that, that's cool. Call them up when you want to link up. That's perfectly fine. Because you link up, you go out, you have a good time, gal it up, and after that, on to the next. Whatever else you got to do, and I'll see you next time. Why? That's what you want. If this is what you want, that's what you're going to get. If you want them to understand you on the inside and all this stuff, whether you're talking in person or on the phone, you're still going to have to put in the time to talk somewhere. It's not going to be accomplished through text. Unless you got one of them guys that sits at a desk all day and has nothing to do but throw messages back and forth. But a lot of men tend to work with their hands or do jobs where they're busy. They don't have time to sit there and thumb around with you. And even if you are sitting at a desk, you might be on the computer busy doing whatever. Like I'm studying coding right now. You're monitoring a network and you're doing all that shit, doing cybersecurity or something. You have moments where you can shift over and fuck with the phone, but you don't want to do that too much because if somebody's looking over your shoulder and you're not working remote or something, they don't look at you like, why are you always on your phone? You got to understand, you have to be realistic. These are important things that will help you if you want to have a successful relationship. If you want to have your person, you want to get your edible arrangements on Valentine's Day. You want to get those special little cute Valentine's gifts. You want to get nice little Christmas gifts or the just becauses. Be wined and dined and romanced. The problem with people in this day and age is people have forgotten how to relate with each other properly. One thing I will say for the monologue age that we grew up in, we had a little bit of tech, but we still had to do things like how the kids don't go outside to play it almost at all because they're all online with headphones like these on, talking to each other on a video game, sitting there on the PlayStation like, yeah, uh-huh, right, uh-huh, you know, shit, I just turned the damn game on. Anyway, you know, they're jumping from side to side, doing that. These are the kind of things that we do in this day and age, and it's crazy. Nobody relates with each other. It's no wonder that your relationship levels is terrible. The divorce rate is crazy because people keep marrying the wrong motherfuckers. You talk about, oh, so we should just settle. Y'all already been doing that. You already been doing that. And you've been settling in the wrong direction. At least if you settle in the right direction, then you got something you can build on. You need to make sure that the person is compatible with the direction that you're going, as well as the direction that you are in right now. It's not enough for them to just fit the right now. They need to fit your future pathway. That's why a lot of y'all be losing. And you won't know any of this if all you're doing is putting a couple of letters in the phone every now and again. How much do you think you're going to know about them? Okay, they might have a kid, they work and they go home. And that's it. Not to mention, for those in the monogamous atmosphere, you make it very easy for a man to have a whole other situation going on when you barely talk to him. Because he could be texting you while he's talking to the next chick who's feeding his mind. Because y'all women don't understand. And like I said, cheating is never right. Being dishonest is never right. I will say that and I'll preface this with that statement. But I'm going to tell you something. Every man of intellect, if you're the type of person that likes an intellectual thoughts are not conveyed but so well via a message. You need to actually talk to them to dig in to realize, yo, this person's fucking got it going on in that mind of theirs. They kind of got something. They on to something. But you're not gonna know that if you're playing around and just throwing a little message. Most you'll know, you probably send some pics. Oh, let me see that deck. Okay, boom, send it. Oh, wow, I like this. Okay, what's next? Oh, let me see you. Oh, I'm hitting that ass. Oh, yes. All right, so now what's up? We gonna link up? Yeah, let's go have dinner so I can get up on them cheeks later. 'Cause that's what he's thinking. Now, maybe you'll sit at dinner, you'll have a little conversation, It'll be some surface level stuff. You can go but so deep. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you done do the whole thing. And like I said, those who don't look at sex as simply a physical activity, actually develop connections and soul ties through that, are gonna look and be like, "Oh my God, I think I might have found my person. I don't know." But then they're going to realize they don't really know shit about this person and they just had sex with this motherfucker. This motherfucker can have all types of goofy ass shit going on. But you wouldn't even know because you barely talk to him. And some of y'all end up becoming baby mamas to fuck ass niggas like that. You didn't know shit about them. They wasn't volunteering the information. Why? Because why would they? Why would they volunteer information that's going to make them look like the piece of shit that they know they is? Instead, they'll just be a great throw a little message. Because the thing is, if you talk to somebody for enough time, you start to see the chinks in their armor. And listen, we all have flaws. So just because somebody has a flaw doesn't mean it eliminates them from the running. But at least picking up on certain nonverbal cues. You're going to miss those things if you don't talk. And people know how to put on a face when they see you in person, face to face. How many times you've been at an event, you see somebody, it looks like they got it all going on, they lit. Meanwhile, in reality, this person barely got the pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But they know how to put on a good show. Fake it till they make it. Listen, I don't knock it. But my thing is, you will know what you're getting into the more you communicate. Stop creating your own issues and then complaining about the fact that you have these issues. Because that's just fucking dumb. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. That shit is stupid. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you put yourself in a position to lose? What composes you to say to yourself, I want to lose? Because that's what you're telling yourself whenever you set yourself up for such a failure. That's what happens, is you end up losing. If you want things to improve, you have to be willing to step outside of what you normally do. Because what you normally do hasn't worked, which is why you're sitting there still looking for somebody. You have to learn to change the narrative. I change my tactics all the time. Like me, I realized something. I said to myself, Max, I think you being too nice. Maybe you being too understanding. Maybe you need to go back to that ruthless aggression that you used to have. No nonsense, no patience. Either you're going to the left, you're going to the right. And whichever way you're going, if it ain't going the way I'm going, see ya, bye. I'm not trying to talk it through or, be flexible on this and such on that. I used to be an asshole. Some ways I still am. But through time and effort, I learned to not be that kind of person. But that is something that that's growth that I had. Now, me, I said to myself, damn, maybe I need to reconsider what I'm doing. Because what I'm doing ain't necessarily working the way I want it to work. So why should I keep doing that? Sometimes you got to make it make sense. Because if you want something to improve in your life, it's not going to improve by you doing the exact same thing you've been doing. But it is up to you to determine if you really want something better. A lot of y'all deserve better than the people that you have dealt with. A lot of you do. This goes for men and women. Some of y'all had your special person, potential husband, potential wife, and you fucked it up. You fumbled the ball at the end goal line. Let the other team take it the other way. 5 seconds left on the board. Talking about you want to still have babies. Let me tell you something. For me, now there's men out there that don't have kids yet, and that's cool. But me, my son, 13 years old. If I am not married, I wouldn't even consider it. And for me to consider marriage, I have to be fucking impressed. And for most of us men, that's how we feel. The difference between me and a lot of them is that I actually say the shit. Because I'm not going to just tell you what you want to hear. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm good at what I do. Because I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. If you want to go tell you what you want to hear, go tell Derek Jackson come on here and come lie to y'all some more. And be a hypocrite. Because y'all was drinking that Kool-Aid, buying them books, he put on a tight t-shirt and flex a muscle and do all this shit. And y'all was eating it up, hook, line, and sinker. Meanwhile, he had his woman in a chokehold and gaslighting her, putting her through all types of ringers, and cheating and creeping and doing God knows how many other things on. Me, if I want to be poly, I'm going to look at you and be like, listen, this is open. You can see somebody else you want to. I'm going to do what I do. And that's cool. If that's the dynamic I'm going to roll with. If I'm being monogamous, then I'll be monogamous. And I'll be like, listen, this is about me and you. We're going to focus on each other. We ain't going to have nobody else involved in this. And I'll stick to that. There's still some of us left who know how to maneuver out here depending on what it is that we agree to. We do exist, but y'all need to know how to come at us. Y'all need to understand that that level of man is not going to deal with your typical shit. So all that typical shit that you do, that you think is going to work, is going to be why you only get men of a certain level, because men of a higher echelon is not going to put up with subpar activity. If you have a problem with that, good. You should. Because the first problem you should have with it is, why the fuck are you doing it? Because you don't have to. You could very easily switch it up a little bit. Nobody says you need to sit on the phone all day, every day. Nah. Have maybe 2-3 decent phone conversations a week. There's no need to be on the phone every day like that. But if you think that you're going to develop a real connection while not doing anything to develop a real connection, but saying that you want a real connection, you know, they have this thing on Hot 97. What is it? Congratulations, you played yourself. That's pretty much where you're falling with that. Because all you're doing is playing yourself. You're going to go from one heartbreak to the other, one hump on the bed to the next, adding to your body count. Me personally, I don't care about body counts, but since women do, because, you know, every time you meet a woman, they haven't had sex for several months, allegedly. Allegedly. So clearly y'all care about body count because y'all don't want us to look. And then I get it. There's a lot of insecure men who are, oh my God, how many people she slept with? Da, 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 da. I understand why y'all lie about it. I do. I get it. Don't even knock you. Because you don't know what you're dealing with. And a lot of these men are bitches. They're soft. That's another problem with society today. There's too many baby soft ass dudes out here. Too many baby soft ass dudes out here, and they run around, they gaslighting, they don't know how to be men. it really goes on both sides. We got a lot of men who don't know how to be men, a lot of women who are still girls proposed as women. And it's like nobody wants to grow up. You don't have to grow old. You can keep your youthfulness and be all jovial and energetic and doing all this stuff. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. Keep that energy. But what you do need to do is you do need to realize that you have to level up your maturity. Like if you want a person at a different level, you gotta level yourself up. Like me, there's certain things I'm doing where I'm about to level up some more. Do you think I'm gonna put up with stuff that I put up with on this level? Mm-mm. Do you think any of them guys that you want? Because most women want guys of a certain level, of a certain vernacular that carry themselves in a certain way. They want to feel protected. They want somebody that can provide for them, somebody that can at least, or what they say, the infamous, what do you bring to the table? Here's my table. Let me tell you something about the table. If you're monogamous, don't ever say, what do we bring to the table? Because you know what my answer is going to be to you? You do know that no table only has two legs. Do that math. Now, for the rest of you, when it comes to this bringing to the table thing, everybody should bring something. It doesn't even have to be finances. I've dated many women who make less than me. Dated some women who make shit ton more than I do. But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's about, do I bring something value added that makes, you should be doing something that makes that person's life better. This is man or female talk I'm doing right now. Anything you bring to this proverbial table should be an improvement to the person whose life you're in. Whether you are just bringing them peace of mind, whether you are just bringing them money, even though honestly, money is nothing but a tool. If money is the thing that you're bringing to the table in a relationship, you might as well just have a hooker. Just being honest. Because money's come, money goes. It's a tool, it's a very important tool, and we both should have it. But if that's the basis of what, like I've seen some women talk shit like, oh, you can't talk about having multiple women unless you can afford to have them. Women that talk like that don't understand how a truly polygamous relationship works. Because that's not how it works. The key to that is having a village. I'm going to teach you. The key to that is having a village mentality where everybody brings their resources in, pulls them together to make everybody's life easier. Because a table needs at least 3 legs to be balanced, depending on the type of table. Works a hell of a lot better with 4. But I digress. You have to understand what you want versus what you act like you want is always going to end up equaling what you put out is what you're going to get. So for those that are complaining, oh, I'm not getting this kind of person, I'm always getting people, they playing games, I'm tired of the BS. But if all you slinging is boo, then get ready to wallow in the shit. What you want? Just like the women that'll talk shit, oh, these men are always in my inbox and blah, 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 blah. This is the way that communication is done these days, baby. They throw their shot. If you say no, the man should respectfully bow out. But the joke of it is the man that y'all end up with be the stalker ass dude that just kept hitting you and hitting you and hitting you and hitting you until you finally was like, you know what I mean? And you could tell because these same ones will be the ones who, these same women will be the ones who had regular, normal guys who are not crazy in the head and will treat them pretty normal and dignified, hit them, But they took their time to hit them back. They left them on read forever, blah, 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 and did that whole shenanigan, thinking that this man was just going to sit there and wait on them. Up, there go the women running away again, because every time I start talking about them, man, these motherfuckers skate off my damn live like it ain't nothing going out of style. Listen, baby, this shit is on YouTube. Social Experiment 147. You can find it there. I'll share the link. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit is here, and I'm going to be giving a whole lot of this work. I am so ready. I took the summer off. We're making some changes over here. I got some people working in the background doing some things for me. I'm going to hopefully get some graphics and stuff set up eventually. But right now, I wanted this to just be raw. So I just wanted to talk to y'all raw. I'm using the time I was supposed to use to have my post-workout meal before I have to go do a job. And I'm using it to talk to y'all. So understand, I'm sacrificing. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just, I mean, a like, a share, and a subscribe would be nice on the YouTube page. But other than that, I'm not asking for anything. I just want you to listen. Because listen, I can handle a lot, but I got about 5,000 people on my page. I ain't gonna be able to handle all them women by myself. I'm saying this not to benefit me, because I could just do shit in my life to make sure that it benefits me. I'm doing this because I have this little stupid thing in my mind where I really care about people winning. I love seeing love be victorious. I have friends in the lifestyle who I am really legit life friends with. And I love seeing their love. I watch them show love for each other all the time, and it's beautiful. And my thing is I want to see everybody get to that promised land. Whether you're a lifestyler, whether you're a monogamous person, whether you are a guy that likes to juggle in the circus, or a girl that likes to do backflips over fire. I don't give a fuck what you like to do. The point is I want you to be able to win. You need to lock in right here if you trying to win. Because for those who I see forever single, and I see a lot of you, I don't say anything, but trust me, I see it. There's a reason for that. And it starts with you, with me, with all of us. You have to analyze within yourself. And then you got to think about what you're choosing. Now, yes, you have the right to want somebody that's physically attractive to you, because I damn sure know I care about that shit. I'm not negotiating on it. So, oh, the fuck well. And I ain't knocking y'all if y'all want to have a thing, whatever. But some of y'all need to be realistic. Y'all are very much mortals and be looking for gods on earth. You need to stop it. Stop bringing your flawed ass up and walking around like you supposed to have somebody with no cracks, no chips, no flaws, and you sitting up here all shattered into a spider web of piece that somebody has to get the crazy glue to put together, and the lines are still in that shit. We all got cracks and fractures. So yes, this is a little bit of the you have to settle, but it's not you have to settle, meaning you just got to settle for anything. No. But a lot of y'all are passing up things that you really shouldn't have passed up on. I've seen some women, I've seen the guys they was dealing with, and I'm like, yo, this is a good ass dude. What's wrong with him? Was his penis small? Like, what's the problem? I get it. Certain things, can't really do nothing about. But my whole thing is like, when does it stop? Oh, he was cool, but, the way he was talking, I'm not sure if he's going to be the right one for me. Oh, he was cool, but, I'm 5'4", but I prefer my men over 6 feet. So I can't talk to him. So many of those. And I'm 6'6", and I'm saying this shit. I could go down the list on and on. I could droll on this stream on and on because I've heard so much. I've watched and observed so much. Shake my head, scratch my head, face palm myself, things. I'll give you another example. One more example before I go. There's a group I'm in. They put up a post. Says, take a man out September. We all know about that. Take a man out September. All the women start belly aching. Oh, I'm not taking no man out. Ba 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 ba. Yes, I look to my right real now, just now. Nobody's there, but I looked over because I'm like, are they serious? Listen, you can't expect somebody to do for you what you are not willing to do for them. That is fucking crazy. If you think like that, you are fucking crazy. Nobody is entitled to do anything for you just because you have big titties and a fat ass. Sorry. That shit don't matter. There's plenty of that out there. You are not entitled. Men will settle for less to have less headache. You know why? Because men value their peace of mind over almost anything else. You need to understand how important, how big a deal that is. Because that's a big deal. You got to postulate that within your mind. Spin that around a little bit. Think about that. You complaining about taking a man out in a situation where it's a take a man out for September situation, when most of us men have no issue with taking a woman out any other time of the year or even this month. I don't care. I don't really care about somebody taking me out. But it's the principality of it. Like, I look on posts like that, and you know what I'm saying to myself? Nope, won't talk to her. Choop. Nope, won't talk to her. Choop. Nope, won't talk to her. Choop. And you know why I'm saying that shit? Because at the end of the day, why the fuck would I want to talk to somebody that doesn't think I'm worth a damn meal and some drinks? But I'm supposed to spend my money and my resources on them, or even more importantly than any of that, my time. I could be spending that time playing ball with my son. I'm sitting up here taking that time to take your ass to lunch or whatever. I could be doing anything with my son, playing video games with my son, anything. I sacrifice that time. I could be spending with my mom. She's older. God willing, I outlive her. She's going to be gone one day, but I'll spend that time with you. I can be doing anything with that time. I can be using that time to add another skill to my repertoire to level up my shit even higher. But I'm choosing to spend that time with you. But you don't even think I'm worthy of some meal and drinks, but I'm supposed to take you seriously? Y'all need to wake up. Because y'all are crazy if you think that that's okay. And this is just real fucking talk right here. This is only episode motherfucking 1 of the Mind of Maximus on the Social Experiment podcast. It's going to get more fire than this. Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing this dating pool that looks like somebody that never drank water in their life, that drinks nothing but Cisco and St. Ives all day, pissed in that pool. Why? Because this is the level of acceptance that you have set forth when you move the way that you do. You don't like it? I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you what it is. You can take it for what it is. You can leave it. It doesn't matter to me. It's you who's going to be sitting there still crying about how you ain't got nobody to snuggle with or making jokes about it when Christmas time comes around, when all New Year's comes around, and you with your girlfriend still. Eventually, them girlfriends is going to get distracted and find somebody somewhere somehow. And you still going to be sitting there resting on your laurels talking about, nope, I ain't settling for nothing. I'm going to get this. You're going to be 65 years old. I'm 65 is the new 55. I'm good. Man, if you don't sit your simplified sugar foot ass down somewhere, there comes a time when you just have to stop. And it's not talking about settling. It's talking about being realistic. There are laws of physics involved here, and y'all need to start adhering to them. I'm just telling you. And if this applies to you, I don't care. If you have a problem taking a man out, and I am not cheap at all, I'll go to expensive restaurants. I do whatever. I have receipts of me going to these places. I went there by myself. Just because I don't post shit don't mean I don't go. But let me tell you something. If you think that you are going to come to me or somebody like me with that subpar mentality, you're going to fucking fail. And I'm just telling you, if all you got is these, don't expect me to look at you as more than a good time, girl. Nothing personal. But take it how you want it. It is what it is. That's all there is to it. Like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. This is Maximus, Mind of Maximus, episode 1. This is it. I ain't giving y'all no more. I gotta go make money now. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.